What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Two Car Garage. Here is the clearest and most concise way that you can change your motorcycle's clutch cable. Now, the bike behind me is a 2007 Honda Hornet 919, but any modern bike that doesn't use a hydraulic clutch will pretty much be very, very similar.
Pretty basic tools that you'll need, nothing crazy, some needle nose pliers, an adjustable set of pliers, basic metric wrenches. Yours will vary, but I needed a 14 mil and a 12 mil. And then you get to your cable lube and your cable luber. This is a Motion Pro luber. I'll put the links to everything down below, and of course your new cable. Now get your phone out and take a picture of the steps ahead of time. Now, new cables don't come pre-lubed, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Remember, I put the link down below, and this is the cleanest and best cable luber I've found. It's like the version 2 or 3 Motion Pro luber. It is really, really good. I mean, you honestly don't get messy. And this cable lube is tacky stuff. It does not come off your hands easy, so I really recommend investing in this luber, even if you're only using it every once in a while. You put it on the end of the cable like this. It's easy on your bench. I'm using this PJ1 cable lube, but I've used the Motion Pro lube before too, and it's fine. You just squirt it in the end like this. It forces it all the way through the cable, and you keep spraying until, just like that, you see it squirting out the other side. You don't need to overdo it. Push in the extra like that. That forces in the extra lube into the cable so that when you open it up, it's not messy and it's pretty clean. And then just run the cable in and out a few times and you're done. Now, while you're pulling the old cable, prop up the new one like this. That way you can drain out any of the excess lube, or else it's going to drain on your engine case and you'll be unhappy.
Now let's remove the old cable. I like to start by loosening up the big adjuster on the engine and then going to the small adjuster on the handlebars.
Let's get this old cable loose and out. So we start by loosening up the engine side. Generally, there's just 2 big lock nuts. You loosen them up so that there's a lot of free play, and then we go up to the handlebar side. Up here, take your adjustable wrench. That way you don't slip and slide and mar things. Loosen up the wheel, and then once the wheel's all the way loose, then run in the entire adjuster. That way you have plenty of slack. Now that there's plenty of slack in the system, we can line up the adjusters so that we can pull the cable out, and then with your pair of needle nose pliers, pop it out. I wouldn't do this with pliers otherwise unless it's an old cable, because you have a chance of like fraying the cable with those needle nose. Run the cable out of the adjuster. Use your pliers to take it out of the little latch down here, so to speak. And then you have it out of both sides and we're ready just to pull the cable through.
Now, it's a bit tricky to pull this cable out sometimes. You want to be sure that you note the routing of the cable so that you can run it back that same way, just because it could be routed really complexly, really simply. So just want to take your time. You don't just want to pull it and sort of pull from one side, go around and push from the other until finally you work it all the way out. And maybe you even have to take some things off or move some things around. It depends on your bike. Now we can start rerouting the clutch cable. I like to start at the top. So put the engine side in first and just start pushing it back through the way you pulled it out. Now for adjustment, our engine side adjuster is our main adjuster. That's the one that can make big changes. Our handlebar is small one. We have all this extra free play there, so we can lift it up like that, take it up. Now there's only that little bit. Let's go back to the handlebar and see if we can adjust that out. And this is really the name of the game here, people. We're just making big adjustments and then small adjustments until we get a nice mix of the two where we're not maxing out either adjuster and we have a good clutch feel with just a tiny little bit of play before we feel it grab. So this is where we ended up. We're a couple of turns out of our small adjuster. We have a little bit of free play and then engagement. A little bit of free play, engagement, which is right where you want to be. Now that we're dialed in, we have to go back and tighten up all of our adjusting nuts and the little adjusting wheel on the handlebar, and then the most important thing, which is to take it for a test drive. And when I take it for a test drive the first time, I'll even take a pair of pliers with me on the road, because maybe 1 out of 3 times this isn't going to be perfect, right? You're going to feel a little bit of slipping or a little bit of not engaging enough or engaging too much. So you just need to make small adjustments when you're on the road just to get it dialed in. But I promise in no time it'll be perfect and you'll be riding. One of the reasons we ride is because we like to feel one with our machine, and there's no better way to learn about your machine and how it works than to start doing repair work on it. Even basic, straightforward maintenance, like replacing your clutch cable, is a great way to learn more about it and how it works. So great job doing just that. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.